Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala sayyidil mursalina wa khatamin nabiyyina Muhammadin sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Topic is Dawah. The Dawah is the Arabic word. The meaning of this word is to invite, to call. But in the Islamic context, the meaning of the Dawah is to call towards the Allah, also called towards the right path prescribed by Allah for the mankind. It is the Dawah. Dawah in essence was done by the prophets and messengers of Allah, which Allah sent from time to time. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the last and final prophet, is the final prophet and messenger of Allah sent to the mankind. After the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he is Khatamun Nabiyyin, now it is the noble obligation of this ummah that they have to do this job for the dawah. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in the sermon which is gave at the last Hajj, let those who are present convey to those who are not present. Convey this message. So the message of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam will spread up till day of judgment. So now it is the job of this ummah that this ummah will convey the message. So it is the obligation for every Muslim. There is an ayat in the Quran in Surah Fussilat. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ومن أحسن قولا ممن دعا إلى الله وعمل صالحا وقال إنني من المسلمين. And who can be better in words than the one who calls towards Allah and act righteously and says, I am one of those who submit themselves to Allah. Woman ahsanu qawlan. And who can be better in words than the one who calls towards Allah? When we are calling towards Allah, these words are better. In Surah Baqarah, وَكَذَلِكَ جَعَلْنَاكُمْ أُمَّةً وَسَطًا لِتَكُونُوا شُهَدَاءَ عَلَى النَّاسِ وَيَكُونَ الرَّسُولُ عَلَيْكُمْ شَهِيدًا. Thus we made you a moderate ummah. أُمَّةً وَسَطًا لِتَكُونُوا شُهَدَاءَ عَلَى النَّاسِ, so that you should be witnesses over the mankind, over the people, and that the messenger may be a witness to you. This ummah is ummatan wasata, a moderate ummah. لِتَكُونُوا شُهَدَاءَ عَلَى النَّاسِ. Their job is that they are witnesses over the people. Ayat Surah Ali Imran, كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس تأمرون بالمعروف وتنحون عن المنكر وتؤمنون بالله. You are the best ummah ever raised for mankind. You are the best ummah. Khayra ummatin. Khayr, it is khayr if used there as a superlative degree. Best. You are the best ummah ever raised for mankind. What they are doing, you bid the fair and forbid the unfair. You're doing Amr bil Ma'ruf and Nahi Anil Munkar. And you believe in Allah. So it is so much this ummah is precious ummah. This is you are the best ummah ever raised for mankind. The hadith of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Ballagu anni walau ayah. Convey my teachings to the people even if it were a single sentence. And if a single ayat of the Quran you know, you have to convey the information to the other people. Levels of the dawah. In case of the dawah, the first step is yourself. To protect yourself from the hellfire. And after that, your families. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu ku anfusakum wa ahlikum nara. O you who believe, protect yourself and your family from the hellfire. The second stage, وَأَنذِرْ أَشِيرَتَكَ الْأَقْرَبِينَ, and warn your close relatives. And after that, work on relatives. يَا قَوْمِ اعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ مَا لَكُمْ مِنْ إِلَٰهٍ غَيْرُ. O my people, worship Allah, you have no other God besides Him. So here the call for the Qawm, people, for the nation. وَكَذَلِكَ جَعَلْنَاكُمْ أُمَّةً وَسَطًا لِتَكُونُوا شُهَدَاءَ عَلَى النَّاسِ. Here, عَلَى النَّاسِ, witnesses to the humanity, to the mankind. And it is the levels of the dawah. First dawah is for ourselves, then our families, then our close relatives or our close circle, then our qawm, nation, people. After that, whole mankind. Yani every person have to participate in all levels. He have to think always when we are doing the dawah, I am doing for all mankind. So what should be the strategy when we are doing the Islamic dawah? وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ قَوْلًا مِمَّنْ دَعَا إِلَى اللَّهِ وَعَمِلَ صَالِحًا وَقَالَ إِنَّنِي مِنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. In first, when we say dawah, we have to realize that these words Allah said in the Quran, who is better in speech than someone who calls to God? So we have to think so much big task we are performing. If we are knowing the value of those words and on this action, so then we have to concentrate. The first thing is we have to realize what action, what words we are performing, and who is better than in speech than someone who calls to Allah. And the other important point in this ayat is وَقَالَ إِنَّنِي مِنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ, and I am of those who submit. We have to introduce at that time when we make dawah, I am a Muslim. No any fact, no any ethnicity, no any tribal things. Only whenever we have to make dawah, for Islamic dawah, we have to only say, I am a Muslim. The next step is Udu ila sabili rabbika bil hikmati wal maw'izatil hasanati wajadilhum billati hiya ahsan. Invite to the way of your Lord with wisdom, hikmah, wal maw'izatil hasana, and good advice, and debate with them in the most dignified manner. Yani when we have to make the dawah with hikmah, with wisdom, and with good advice. If we have to debate, debate should be in the most dignified manner. The next step is وَتَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْبِرِّ وَالتَّقْوَى, and cooperate with one another in virtuous conduct and conscience. And when we have to do the dawah, we have to take the help of the other people. Okay, one person cannot perform anything. If you make a group, you make a community, then work is easy. And in strategy, first thing is when we are making the dawah, we have to realize that we are doing the highest task. Second thing is my introduction is only I am a Muslim, nothing more than that. And also when we are doing the dawah with wisdom, with hikmah, and with good advice. If any situation happen about the debate, it should be a most dignified manner. وَتَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْبِرِّ وَالتَّقْوَى. So then we have to help the Muslims so that we are making a community. Work will be easy. The next point is reward. When we are doing the dawah, what reward we are getting? Okay, a human being is greedy, always thinking what I am getting. So Allah gave so much blessing for that. وَالَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا فِينَا لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلَنَا وَإِنَّ اللَّهَ لَمَعَ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. And for those who strive for us, we will guide them in our ways. Allah is with the doers of good. Okay, when any person will make effort for the Allah, so what will happen? لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلَنَا. We will guide them in our ways. You can every salah we are asking, اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. Ya Allah, show them the straight path. But here Allah is promising, if you are striving for Allah, we will guide them in our ways. The first benefit is that we are getting the hidayat. وَلْتَكُمْ مِنْكُمْ أُمَّةٌ يَدْعُونَ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ وَيَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَيَنْحَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. Let there be group among you who call others to good and enjoin what is right and forbid what is wrong. Those who do this shall be successful. And those people will call towards Amal bil Ma'ruf and Nahi anil Munkar. They are doing Nahi anil Munkar. They are calling towards Allah. وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. They will be successful. First ayat it is said that they will get the hidayat. But here Allah is telling that they will be successful. Everybody wants successful. مَا أَفَعَلُكُمْ إِلَيْهِ مِنْ أَجْرٍ إِنْ أَجْرِيَ إِلَّا عَلَىٰ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. And ask of you no reward for it. My reward is only with the Lord of the worlds. When we are making the dawah, we are not expecting any benefit for that. The benefit is, our benefit is with Allah, who is the Rabbul Alameen. He will give the reward for that. The hadith about the reward for the dawah work, وَمَنْ دَلَّ عَلَى خَيْرٍ فَلَهُ مِثْلُ أَجْرِ فَاعِلِهِ. If anyone guides someone to a good deed, he will get the reward like the reward of the one who does it. If anyone guides someone to a good deed, he will get the reward like the reward of the one who does it. And the other person is performing that action, but you are getting the reward because you advised him, you called him. So much, this is the blessed work. Now we have to think it is a noble obligation for every Muslim. Take on this honorable task in our everyday life. Just like we are making the program our everyday, to the work of the dawah, it should also be one of our honorable tasks in our everyday life. The more you practice it, then easier it becomes. Okay, initially the person feels difficult for us, but with the time if you perform, it becomes easy for that. As concerned about the forms of dawah, there are many forms of the dawah. One is basically talking one by one. Okay, directly we will talk with the people. And also there is, if you make a speech for a group of the people, you can do it. If you can distribute the Islamic knowledge, Islamic literature, copies of the Quran and the Islamic literature distribute. And you can write the Islamic literature. You should be the author. After author, you can publish them, you can distribute. Also, we can teach in class environment about the Islamic values, Islamic teachings, in just like a classroom environment. Also, we can do with the social work. Whatever you feel, you can do it. But keep in mind, when we are doing it, the first thing is we are getting some benefit. So we have to organize in a group wise. If we can organize in our mosque wise the dawah work, so it should be organized. Every mosque there should be some arrangement for the dawah work. People will combine, so then they can perform it. When we are combining this work with our community and performing it, we are two benefits we are getting. One benefit we are getting, as mentioned in the Quran, وَذَكِّرْ فَإِنَّ الذِّكْرَ تَنْفَعُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. And keep reminding, because reminding benefits the believers. When we are reminding with one another, in that way, we are basically following the commandments of the Holy Quran. It will be benefit for the believers also. In our team, which people we are reminding, they will get the benefit for that. Also in the Quran, Allah mentioned the qualities of the mu'min and the mu'minat. It is in the Surah Tawbah. وَالْمُؤْمِنُونَ وَالْمُؤْمِنَاتُ بَعْدُهُمْ أَوْلِيَاءُ بَعْضٍ. Believing men and believing women are helpers of each other. They are helpers of each other. They can combine, they can work. It will have, one thing is we are getting a community in which we are helping one another, and other where we are reminding. Okay, every believer needs the reminder for that. Dawah are calling people towards Allah is the most important teaching of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, on which he himself worked throughout his life. So the premier obligation which we owe to the Prophet ﷺ is to follow his sunnah of dawah. So sometimes our words are needed, but sometimes our actions are needed. And also important thing is we have to need to carry the message of Islam in our daily life also. It should show in our character, our dealings with others, our business transactions, and in our everyday tasks. Two things are needed for dawah. One is the words, one is our speech is needed, other our actions are needed. When we are doing, people who can see these are the good people. So definitely our speech and our actions, so inshallah, will help in the making a dawah, calling the people towards Allah. We have to pray from Allah. Allah will make easy for us. We can do the dawah in a very good way, which will be beneficial for us in this life and in the hereafter. Spread this message far and wide. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين.